Welcome again, my friends. Welcome to my channel. And in this video, I am going to share how to send email using Java Mail API using JSP and Servlet. I wanted to share this video before, but I got some issue there. I can connect with Google SMTP server from China. Uh, you guys know that in China we can't access Google service and some international service without VPN, but I also used VPN. Then I got the same issue. I can't connect with Google SMTP server. And then yesterday I got one comment. Actually, one of our friends, actually he or she commented that next tutorials should be how to send email using Servlet. And then I started do some research, and then I tried with Yahoo Mail, then I tried with Outlook Mail, but I got the same issue. Then I also tried Yandex Mail and some other stuffs, but I got the same issue. I can't connect with SMTP server. Then I found something that I can connect with the SMTP server, that is mail.com. So if I use mail.com SMTP server, then I can send email from that mail server. So here we can use two methods. So one is you can make your machine as email server, or you can use other third-party email client, just as like Google, Yahoo, mail.com, outlook.com, Yandex, as you want. But from China, I have problem to use some international service. If you want to use Google service, then at first you have to do some change in your security for security settings. So just go back to your Google account, myaccount.google.com/ less secure apps. So less secure apps, so you have to turn it on. You have to turn it on. So for if you want to use Google SMTP server, and I think so in your country you can access Google SMTP server. If you don't have any restriction there, you can use it. But from China I can't use it, so I should leave it. So if you are going to use it, then you must or turn it on. Less secure apps service, you must turn it on. So just I'm making it off. Okay, then close this, and I will give this link in the description. You can check out there. So I'm closing this window tab, and before starting the project, you have to download two jar file. One jar file is activation.jar. So I'm going to use that jar file, activation jf 1.1.1. I'm going to use this jar. Also you can use this jar, activation jar file, it's okay, no problem. And you need a, Java mail API. This is the main API, that is called Java Mail API. So you can download it from github.com/java Java Mail. And I also give you this link from here. Just you go there and download this javax mail.jar file. Actually I already downloaded those two jar file, activation jf 1.1 jar and javax mail jar. And I already created a demo project there. So here is my demo project. Let me show you that what I'm going to do. Actually here I add one more extra thing, is that I wanted to enable user activation, just like when maybe you can see that most of the web service provider, when you register there and they ask for verification to your email. So I added that same thinking in that project. Actually here a simple a simple form, you can see that, and some one header, headline, and a simple form. It's a user name and taking the user email, and then click on register buttons. Basically when you are going to send an email, on that time you need two email service. One is the receiver email and one is the sender email. So in this form we are providing the receiver email address, and the sender email address you will set up in our main project, in our Java project. So let me give you that demo here. So let me introduce input my username, and you use my email address. So here is one of my email address, then click on register. So actually when I click on register button, it will send us to the verify page, and if it can't send the mail to my email, then it will give us a error message. So let's say click on register. So it's send us to the verify page. That means it successfully sent an email to our email. So let's go back to my email service provider and email client, and let me close these two windows, and you can see that it already sent us a verification code here that you have successfully registered. To activate your account, please use this verification code. So actually it's give us a 6-digit verification code, and using this verification code I can activate my account. Okay, let's check it out, it's work or not. So I am just pasting it here and click on verify. So you can see that it gives us a message that registration successfully. That means our verification code is correct. But let's go back, and here if I use wrong input, so if I use wrong input, so it will give us an incorrect verification code message. So that means our code is working smoothly. Okay, that is the demo project. Let's begin the video. But before starting this video, if you are new on my channel, please do subscribe my channel and turn on notification, and don't miss any update from the next. Okay, let's go back to my netbeans id, and okay, here is my netbeans id, and I'm going to create a new project. So new file, new project, and going to create a simple java application. So I'm name it to email verification or email sending, as you want. So everything same, then finish. It will take few moments. Okay, our project has been created, and this is our index.jsp page, sorry, index.html page, and I'm not going to change it because here I am not going to set any dynamic data. For the minimize time, I'm just copying previous design and just paste it here, sorry, paste it here, and close on my previous project. Okay, so this is our new project, and I'm running it, and here I'm giving something mail.com, and then click on register. So we will get an error because we didn't create any servlet. Oh sorry, go to the email and web pages, that index.jsp page. Okay, sorry. So actually let's change it to here and run on again. I'm giving something and click on. So you can see that we are getting an error, user verify not found. So I'm just copy the servlet name and going back to my. Okay, so before creating servlet, we need to add those jar file in our project. So click on libraries and add jar file, and I have those jar file in my project desktop, and here these two jar file. So open. Okay, this two jar file has been added on my project. Just minimize it and go to the source package, and first of all create a new package, any name. Just I'm giving it to new package. I'm too lazy, and create one java servlet. So the servlet name is user verify, and next, and add information to deployment descriptor and click on finish. Okay, our jar file has been created, and here we need only post method, we don't need get method here. So I'm just removing everything from here, unnecessary code. Okay, so this is our jar file that sorry, this is our servlet that will process the form data, and now we will create one more method. Now we'll create a new java class that will store our user information. So we make it to user and click finish. So here we need three method. First method is we need a name for user, and then second one is we need email. Okay, and third one is code. that's the verification code. And here I am going to create a constructor. So yeah, just going to create a default constructor, and with parameterized constructor with all field, and then getter and setter. Okay, that's our user class is almost right. And okay, now we need to create one more class. That's why I'm going to create that class to make it simple, because if I want to reuse that code in my project, then it will be helpful. So for that, I'm going to create a new class, mm, Java class. Let's name it to send email. And in send email, we are going to we are going to create two method. First method is to create a generate a random number that will be our verification code. So first of all, I am going to create a public method, public, and that will return a string type, that will return a string variable. So get random. So and then, so there is simple Java random class is random. Then I'm using rand, then new random. We need to import it. So Java util not random collection, and we need 6-digit number, integer number, equal to rand dot next integer, next int, next integer, and here is the value. I'm going to pass 6-digit, the maximum number. So next int, sorry, next int, and I'm going to return this number. So in a in a string format, so return string dot format with a six digit, fixed 6-digit. So format is percentage. This is 6-digit, 6 decimal, and the argument is number. Okay, the argument is number. So actually it will give us a 6-digit fixed 6-digit number every time. And then I'm going to create our main method is to that will play the role model to send email. So and it's going to make it a boolean type. You can make it white type, no problem. And send email, method name is send email, and here I am passing that user type, user variable. Okay, so first I am taking a test method, sorry, test variable boolean, and initially it's false, and then I'm returning return that test. So that will remove all our error code. And here I'm going to write all that codes. Okay, that's so fun. And first of all, we need to get the email string from email. That means the email we are going to use to send email. So let me initialize that string from email. Okay. From email equal string, this is my email, and then we need a password. So for that the uh, email we are going to use, we need that email password. So let me take it a password. I'm making it blur for security purpose, and that the user password, your email client password, because without password how you can send the email. Okay, that's our project, and we need one more thing is that to email, which email we are going to send, string to email. So that email is in our user variable, so user dot get email. So actually that that email is coming from the user of this form, this email. Okay, so user dot get email. And now I am starting with the try catch block to handle exception. We dot print start trace, and here I'm going to write down all necessary codes. To set our email server, we need to take a property variable. So properties pr here equal to new this properties. So just click on here, then you can see import java util dot properties, and we need to set our properties for our email. So pr dot, here you can use two function is a set property, or you can use put property, as you wish. So I'm going to use dot set property. So here first one is we need the smtp host. How to get the smtp? So just like if you want to need the host for your client, so just like the gmail smtp server or smtp host, just do on a google search and you will get everything. So that's smtp server address is smtp gmail.com, and the port and the tls port, ssl port, and everything is here. And I'm going to use mail.com server. So for that, here this is mail dot smtp dot host, smtp dot host. First one is host, and our host is for the mail.com. Our host is smtp.mail.com. So this is our mail.com host, smtp host, and then we need port pr dot set property. Actually, why I'm not copying it, paste it here, and this one is port. So for this one, port is 587, and another is we need authentication. So smtp auth, and this is a boolean type, so we made it to true because we need authentication, so make it true. And then we need one more thing is start tls. So we need one more thing is mail smtp start tls enable, and it also should be true. Okay, for some extra configuration, just like that, smtp tls, just we check tls, but if you want to check ssl, then you can also do that using that same method. If you want to use that socket factory for put your ssl, and mail dot socket factory net ssl socket factory. So if you are going to use gmail, you can add these two line, but for mail.com we don't need this two line. If we use that, no problem, actually it will work properly, no problem. Okay, now we need our session. This is come to the main point. So we need the session, get session. For that, we can ask a session equal to, here we are not going to use a regular session. We are going to use some mail session dot get instance, and here you can see that we have a two instance method. This get default instance properties and authenticator authentication, and there is one session is properties proofs and authentication authenticator. We are going to use this instance, and then we need to pass our properties here, and then we should write it new authenticator, and here we are going to override a method. So here import that authenticator, just java net authenticator, and java x mail authenticator. So please check carefully, we need java x mail authenticator. So just import it, and here we have one method is to get the password authentication. So I'm going to override it. I'm making it protected. This is a protected method, is called password authentication, and the method name is get password authentication curly braces. And this password authentication are going to return, it's going to return the new password authentication. That one is from email, and that email password, click on here. So that import javax mail password authentication. Actually here we have some spelling mistake, so that's why we are getting error there. Yeah. So this session method will giving us the authentication of our user email and this email and password. So if it give us authentication, that's if it give us authorization to send email, then we can send our email. Okay, now we need to set our message body. What kinds of message we are going to send? You can send any kinds of message. You can send text message, you can send file, you can send photo, but here I am just share with you some simple sending text message equal to new my message, and then get the session. If it give us session authentication successfully, then we can send the message, otherwise we can't. So basically javax mail message, and also import that javax mail internet my message. So this method is providing by java mail jar. Okay, and then we need to set the recipient message dot set. You can see that we got many, so you can here is get that message dot set recipient. The recipient type is a message dot recipient dot to, and the address is set recipient is to that to email. And also you can exit from user dot get email. Okay, let's check it. What's the error? In string cannot be converted to an address. So what we need to do, we need to define it as a new internet address and then pass that parameter. So you can use user get email, put it mail internet address. So here we can use user dot get email address, or we already get that to email. We already get that to email, and then we need to set the from email message dot set from the address is from email. So that's it. That is it's your email address. Convert it to internet address. Okay, that's all. We need recipient address. We need from address. We make it top here. Okay, and now we need to set our subject. So message dot set subject user email verification, and then we need the message main message subject and message dot set text. So message that we are going to set a text message uh, that is a registration successfully. Please verify your account using this code. So here we are going to use that code. That code is in our user dot get code. Okay, so here we done everything, and now it's a main task is to send email. So message transport dot send, and then our message, we don't need to any password here, we already said that before, and then test equal. So it's if it's successfully sent, then it will return. Okay, that's all our code for this project. So let me check it again. So first of all, we'll set up our user to email and from email, I mean recipient email and sender email, and the password, and then we set our properties for our email provider, and that host port authentication, start TLS and factory, and some factory port socket factory and SSL socket factory, and then we get a session from the mail API, and that to get password authentication, that is password is correct, and then we set our message and send our message. That's everything to send our message. And now let's go back to our servlet message. And here first work is to we need to find out the name. So request dot get parameter, and here is username. Just copy it, paste form value, and this is email and user email, that is user email. Okay, that is our user email we set in our index page, username and user email. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to make a variable of send email. Send email sm equal new send email object. We are going to create that object, and sm dot get random, and it's I'm going to store it in a string variable string. This is our code. And now I'm making a variable user, creating new user, then pass the name, email and code. That's our code. And now I'm going to call that our mail method sm dot send email, and then pass that user. It's a boolean type, store it in a boolean value test. So it's returning us true or false. So we are making a condition if test, then I am making a session, and that to store our user information to access it anywhere in our project. So http session equal to response dot, not response, it's a request dot get session, and we need to import that java x servlet session dot set attribute, and the name is code, and we are going to pass the user response dot send redirect to verify dot JSP. We didn't create that JSP page, we are going to create it. So verify.js, we can make it a HTML form, it's okay, no problem. So just expand your web page and create a new Java JSP page. Next, and click on finish. Okay, so here I'm making it to verify page, and here I'm going to create a simple form span. We already send a verification, then I'm making a form here, simple form and action verify code, and then method I'm going to use it post. So that's our simple JSP page to show our user to input their verification code. And I am going to create this verify code servlet. So okay, then go to servlet and create that servlet. So add information to deployment descriptor. Okay, and first of all let me get that user value from the http session, as previous we said that session, then import it session dot get attribute, and is, and we need to store it in a user type user, and we need to typecast that user. And now we need to get that auth code, the user input code, and now I'm going to make a condition if code dot equals user dot get code, then verification done, else out dot println. So you can check out that we already set up everything. So now run our project. Okay, you can see that our project has been run, and I'm setting it to name and setting my email, and click on register. Okay, we already sent a verification code to your email. So let's go back to my email, and you can see that our email has been arrived here. This is our new email. The verification code registered successfully. Please verify your account using this code. So just I'm going to copy it and go back to my browser and paste it here and click on verify. So verification done. And if I use wrong code, then it should say as incorrect verification code. So that's all for this video. So friends, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please share it with your friends, and if you have any problem, any exception, feel free to comment below in the comment box. Again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, turn on notification to get notification once I upload next video.